Alright, what's up everybody? I just graduated in class 0224 for Ranger School, and I came into Gibsons today to give some advice for dudes that are getting ready to go to school. Hopefully any advice that I give you will be helpful for when you go. I went in a winter class, obviously. We started right before Halloween, and I was fortunate enough to go straight through and have the Christmas block leave in between. That was super helpful, getting to go on leave in between. One piece of advice for people that are probably going to be going around that time this time next year would be to just keep a good mindset when you go home on leave and when you come back. I know it was really hard for a lot of us going into Florida, trying to keep that mindset. You get used to how nice things are back at home, and you're not used to being treated like a normal person, and then you go back and you get thrown right back into it. So I would just say, throughout your time, if you are fortunate enough to get to go on leave, just know that you're going to be going back, whether you recycled or whether you are going straight through. It's going to suck when you go back, but it takes a couple days and you get right back into the swing of things, and it winds up being okay. Some notes that I had. This is coming from the perspective of a 375 guy. So I have grown up in Ranger Battalion and get to be around those type of guys. So getting to work with officers and guys from the big army actually went really well. I think most of the really good friends that I made in school were some officers out of IBullock, or maybe dudes that didn't make it their first time around and were coming back, and they were first lieutenants in the regular army, and a lot of those guys are really solid. So I would just say the whole stigma of like sticking to the guys and gals that are in your unit and only sticking with them and kind of grouping up isn't great advice. I would say branch out and make friends with people from all over the army, and don't discount somebody or assume that somebody is really good just because they're in the same unit as you. Another one is don't be irritated that you're in Ranger School. You kind of got to trick your mind into having fun with it, and just enjoy the time. I will say that I did have a lot of fun in Ranger School. Most of it sucked really bad, but that's kind of the point of the school. But just trick your mind into having fun and pretending like it's real. That's some really good advice that I got, and I kind of held on to when I was there, and I think it helped a lot. Volunteer to be a team leader is a big one. You'll see when you get there, it passes the time and keeps you from falling asleep when you're out in the mountains, or after you've been walking all day. It sucks a lot, but if you can be a team leader, you'll stay busy all day. Have a sense of humor the whole time was a big one. I just kind of made jokes the whole time, and was able to keep everybody's spirits up. Whether I was the best guy in the squad or not, I can tell you I definitely was not. But whether that was the case, or that would be the case with you or not, I would definitely say just have a good sense of humor, crack jokes. You're going to do better in peers, and the time's going to go by a lot better. And if you just are your authentic self, as corny as it sounds, people are going to appreciate that when things start to suck. And then my last piece of advice is to be overly violent. RIs really like to see that you're taking the school seriously and you're being very violent, and I feel like a lot of the goes that I got in Ranger School were due to me just being really aggressive and violent when I didn't know the right answer. A lot of times I was able to make up for it with just having violence of action. So other than that, I think that's the best piece of advice I can give to a new dude going to Ranger School, whether you're an officer or you're from regiment, or you're in the big army or whatever. I think that most of that advice holds true for everybody. And make sure you come into Gibsons and buy your gear here, because this is the best place to go for it. So good luck to everybody going in the future classes, and enjoy the rest of your guys' year.